estimates. So, in general, in building estimate, especially civil engineering estimate. So, there are many types of estimate terms. So, one is the preliminary estimate. Preliminary estimate, also named as a rough estimate. Rough estimate may be named as preliminary and approximate estimate. And the second, preliminary estimate, approximate estimate, or rough estimate. Many names are given for this. That is initial estimate. The second one is field area estimate. Field area estimate. And third one, cubical content estimate. Cubical content estimate. And fourth one, detail and abstract estimate. May be named as item rate estimate. Item rate estimate. Fifth one, revised estimate. Revised estimate. Sixth one, yes, supplementary estimate. And also seven, same revised and estimate. Revised and supplementary estimate. And the last one, annual repairs and maintenance estimate. So that is A, R and MR. So these are the type of estimates. And one more is there, that is approximate quantity estimate. Approximate quantity estimate. These are the type of estimates, but out of these 9, so the detail and abstract estimate is the accurate estimate. And annual repairs and maintenance is also calculated in the same detail estimate only, by the detail estimate only. But the remaining estimates are almost rough estimates only, approximate estimate only. We not give accurate result, right? So only for the purpose of preliminary studies, so the remaining estimates are there. So tell me what is first preliminary estimate or rough estimate? What is the purpose of doing this one? You have money, you can rock it. So you know one calculation ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. So first ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ನೀವು? ಕಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ರೂಪಾಯಿದ. So ಒಂದು ಏನಾರ ಮನಿ ಕಟ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಏನೋ ಅಂಗಡಿ ಕಟ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ. Preliminary studies, ಅದು initial stages. So our investment hackida, so what is the return? Right? Not only the preliminary studies are prepared, it is also prepared for the administrative sanctions. ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ಬ MLA ಬರ್ತಾನೆ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಅವನು ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟಿಂಗ್ PWD ಅವ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗ್ಬೋದು? ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಟ್ ಎಸ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್. ಹೌದು. That we can tell later. So there are many purposes are there. These preliminary estimates are prepared for many purposes, for administrative sanctions, for study purposes, for the investment return, how much earning can be done from the projects. So many reasons are there, but in this estimate classified as a bidding estimates, bidding estimates. So what are the bidding sums in general? Residential bidding, okay. Residential bidding, then residential bidding, okay. Public bidding, in public bidding, schools, hostels, right? Schools or colleges, hostels, yes. Then
hostels,
hostels, okay. Film purpose, okay. Hotels, lodges, right? Many bidding comes, right? Of course, in that one, factory, major factory, hospitals, hostels, cinema talkies, film talkies, auditoriums, many restaurants, whatever, right? So now, preliminarily, how to find out the cost? Suddenly, you have admit and you will so just approximately one cost of the estimate okay. Especially for residential building, this is per tenant wise, tenant bill, or per square meter, or per square feet. So here, to find out the preliminary estimate or a rough estimate, so the practical knowledge is very important. So by knowing by having the practical experience and the construction of similar building with the similar specifications in that locality. For example, this person have constructed last year a two-bedroom house and the cost is 10 lakhs. And this year he is thinking that he wants to construct a one two-bedroom houses. So he will refer him. So the engineer will refer the other building, but with the same specifications or similar specifications in similar area, in similar locality. Because the cost varies from division to division, district to district, place to place. Even for example, if you want to construct a building here, so it may be 10 lakhs, and if you want to construct the same building 20 km or 30 km away from the city, so that the cost will be different. So the lead and limit comes there. Right? So here, by knowing and by practical experience, we have to find out the cost of building per tenement wise, or per square feet wise, or per square meter wise, and adding 10 to 15% as a contingencies. So contingencies. Last year, last year after cycle, you also on 10%, on 15%, just cost prepare model. So that is in case of residential building, right? So same thing, by knowing the practical experience only, by studying the buildings of different buildings and finding the cost per square meter wise or per square meter. But school and building is generally calculated per student, right? Not per square feet. Especially residential building also in earlier days we calculate per tenant wise. So single bedroom per tenant, double bedroom per tenant. But nowadays it is turned to square meter wise or square feet wise. So presently in Dharwad city, the residential building cost is 2,000 rupees per square feet. How much? 2,000 rupees. So in 20 years back it was 500 rupees. Right? So every year it varies, right? So here the residential buildings are calculated per square meter or per tenant or per square feet, and school and colleges are per student wise by studying, by knowing practical experience, and by studying the similar buildings. You know, posh I got ಈಗ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಡಬ್ಬ ಅಂಗಡಿ ಹಂಗಲ್ಲ. ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ಸ್. ರೈಟ್, RCC ಸ್ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ AC ಸೂಪರ್ AC ರೂಫ್ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ stated. Okay, hospital
or beds.
per bed wise. Per bed wise is calculated. And hotel per student are 1,000 per bed wise per student. Practice per series. Factory per machine. Per labor. What is called labor? Per bed. Right? So this is how to calculate roughly, right? Rough estimate for buildings. So now for irrigation channels, so this is for building, right? For irrigation works, irrigation channel or channels, and in per kilometer wise, yes. Then also per hectare wise. Per kilometer wise, so it is calculated per kilometer wise. ಇದು ಹೆಂಗಂತ per kilometer ಹೆಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ಹಳೆ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಕಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರ ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ 1 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಆ ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ರೇಟ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಹಾಕ್ತೇವೆ per kilometer wise, ಅಥವಾ per hectare wise ಹಾಕ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ per kilometer wise, even per hectare wise also. Per hectare, one hectare is amount anta, ಅಥವಾ 1 kilometer canal ಇಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ, right? So for irrigation work ಆಯಿತು, building work ಆಯಿತು. So next for sewage and water supply projects, sewage and water supply work. Chile ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ water supply work per on the basis of per head of the population, right? Per head of the population or on the basis of the area. So ಈಗ 2 acre residential building ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು sewage, 2 acre residential building ಲೇಔಟ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ per acre wise or per hectare wise or per head wise per population, right? So this is per population or per hectare wise. Next, bridges and culverts per span is done, right? Next, for overhead tank and sumps are the storage of water under the ground, and the water tanks are above the ground. Per liter wise or per gallon wise, right? So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಟ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದು per liter ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಟ್ಯಾಂಕ್ 50% ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸೊ prepare the estimate. So this is how we prepare the preliminary estimate. Next one is plinth area estimate. What is plinth? What is plinth? Above the ground. Then what is cellar? Below the ground. And then what is basement? So the basement is nothing but plinth only. See, especially in building estimate. So let us take this is the cross section of the wall, the ground. So this is called plinth height. right? Plinth height, right? Or even you can term it as a basement height also, right? So here the basement, whatever may be the basement height, so this level is called plinth level. Plinth level or basement level. So the remaining is called what? Superstructure, right? Superstructure, right? So here in building in plinth area estimate is very easy. We have to find out the plinth area out to out. Of course, in the plinth area, so in the plan we may see this is a single room building, right? This is a single room building. So only we show the wall because so the plan is always at the level of sill only. When the building is made cut at the sea level and when we view from the top, so whatever visible things are there, so that is shown in terms of lines and figures. So that is plan, right? So you can, this is the wall and these are the dimensions, say 3 meters by 4 meters. And there is simple something line down for it to the left. Am I right? What is this? Plinth line. Right? Plinth line. So we have to find out this width of the plinth and breadth of the plinth. Right? So knowing the width and breadth, width into breadth into the rate per square meter or per square feet. Right? So similarly here also the rate is chosen, the rate is taken from the similar building cost which is constructed in that locality. ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಜು ಬಾಜು ಅಥವಾ ಅದೇ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಧಾರವಾಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ದನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 5 to 10% ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ that to multiply with it. But here one thing you should be remembered here should not be taken out of the wall. It should be taken out of the plane. Right? Sometimes if it is a first floor, of course it is a ground floor, it is okay. For first floor, so wall to wall is taken. Right? But here the balconies, verandas, staircases are not taken into consideration, and the passages you should not take that. You should not take into account. Only the out of the plinth is taken, and in especially in case of first floor and second floor, so only the out dimension is taken, but no extension is made for the balconies or the staircases, etc. And the rate is taken or prepared or by getting the cost of similar buildings in that level. Right? So then cubical content rate. So what is the general height of a residential building? 3 meters. Right? Standard height 3 meters. So account करता हूँ ना तो 4 मीटर पे height है. So first one is the 4 meter height building करता हूँ तो 4 meter height building करता हूँ. उसके difference था कि second one meter again column height to wall height वाला change आता है. Right? So here in the cubical content rate the same way W into width into height is taken. The cubical. So there in plinth area estimate to calculate square meter wise or square feet wise. Still it is in traditional style we are purchasing and selling. So square feet wise. But actually it is square meter wise. And cubical content estimate means the cube complete the value is taken. Right? Whatever is the height. So that rate is also taken by the similar buildings constructed nearby. So that rate is applied and again 5 to 10% is added. The same height. Okay. Next, detailed and abstract estimate. What is this? Detailed and item rate estimate. See, to calculate here, hello. So this is the actual estimate. So all these are rough estimate only. All these above are rough estimate only, right? Including this approximate quantity estimate. Almost all the remaining are rough estimate only. But in the case of detailed and abstract estimate, we have to calculate the quantity of each item separately, and we have to analyze the rate per unit wise, right? So for this one, the study of rank, the study of section is must. So you have to study the whole rank, structural rank, even working ranks. To refer it, and we have to find out the length, the breadth, thickness of all items, and then we have to calculate the quantities. But to calculate the quantities, the detailed measurement sheet is prepared. First one, some calculation is prepared. So that is detailed measurement form or sheet. So how it is? It's a very simple calculation it is. So first column is serial number, and the second one is description of the items, or you can name it as a brief specifications. Brief specifications. What item we are going to calculate? So we have to write brief specifications. So detailed specification is in a separate document that we have to provide at the time of agreement. So that is ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಇನ್ CM 1:6, including scaffolding, including neat finishing, forward banking in specified bond, right? Using the specified sign, using specified cement, right? ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಬರೆದು including curing, cleaning, etc. complete ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಇನ್ನು ಡಿಟೇಲ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಡಿಟೇಲ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೇಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೇಜಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್. ಆ ಪೇಜಸ್ ನ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ನಾವೇನು ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರಾಗ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಅಥವಾ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ರೈಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಪರ್ CPWD in bracket as per CPWD specification of item number so and so on the bracket, like whatever. So this is the second column which is used to write the specification, brief specification. And next, the third one is numbers. I tell you how 5 is given. And next, length in meter, and then breadth in meter, and then height or thickness. Sometimes if the wall height is taken vertical height, especially in case of sheet, we will take it as thickness, right? Same thing. And then quantity, this into this into this into this, multiplying this 1 2 3 4, we will get quantity. And then the last is remark. So in the remark column, how this length is obtained, we have to write. So length, breadth and height is studied and taken from the drawing, and the length is not given in the drawing. The root sizes are given, so we have to find out the length here. So that length, how it is arrived, that we have to write in the remark column. So this is to be prepared by detailed measurement sheet or measurement form. After that, so we have to prepare abstract form. What is this abstract form? Same thing, except writing a number is 3 columns. So we have to write the same thing. So but here no remark column, one is serial number, specifications, quantity, rate per unit, and cost are unknown, you can say. So here quantity, here description of the item, serial. See, whatever we have calculated from the measurement sheet or measurement form, so the same item is written here. The same quantity what you got here it is written here, X quantity, and the rate here we have to put the rate by your own preparing capacity or by your own preparing rate analysis. So you can prepare a rate analysis and then that rate can be used here, or otherwise you can use SR rates. What is SR rate? You know that. So it is prepared by the PWD with the reference of CPWD. Right? Central PWD is very important. So always this PWD is referring CPWD rates only. The method or the way of calculation is followed by the CPWD only. So we have to choose the rate with the different specifications. And respective specifications and respective rate is taken in the rate column, and multiplying the quantity and rate you will get the cost. You will get the cost here. So for this is an excavation. For example, one item is excavation. The quantity is calculated from the measurement sheet, and then the rate is taken chosen from the SR, or you have to prepare, or you have to analyze the rate, and then multiply these two. We will get the cost of earthwork. Right? So this is how we have to calculate in the detail and measurement, in the detail and fact estimate. So this is an accurate estimate, and nothing should be left here. If the cost is exceeds, it is very difficult to say. And the engineer will do. If the cost is less, it is very big problem to arrange the fund and to take the re-sanction. Right? So that's why carefully you have to calculate here. Right? And then after calculating everything, after calculating the total cost, so we have to add, actually we have to add 30% for contingencies. So unforeseen items coming during the work. Right? So that's called contingencies. The contingencies may be taken 30% and the work establishment charges taken 20%. So we have to add 50%. Actually 50%. So that is 30% for the contingencies and 20% for the work establishment. But what we are doing nowadays, so these are taken in the rate analysis. If it is taken in the rate analysis, so there is no need to add 30% and 20%. Directly you can add 10%. After that, add 10% for contractor profit. So make total and you get the cost. Very simple. But here the study and understanding the sections, understanding the plan, understanding the drawing is must. If you can't read the drawing, if you can't understand the drawing, it's very difficult to prepare the estimate. So this is how we calculate for the in the detail and abstract estimate. So then next is revised estimate. What is this revised estimate? When it is prepared. So actually the detailed estimate is, example, the deadline for one project, the detailed estimation is prepared. If the cost exceeds 5% or 10%, or it is likely to be exceeded, so we come to know because of variation in the market rate. So during the estimation the cement rate was 350 rupees and during the construction rate is 500 rupees. So sometimes the cost may increase are likely to be increased. In such cases, we have to prepare the revised estimate and showing the comparative statement. We have to prepare a comparative statement, and then we have to prepare a revised estimate and get the sanction. Yes, to get the sanction. Otherwise, the burden will be on the contractor, right? Contractor will be right? So that's why at such a situation where the cost is likely to be increased or increasing, so then in such cases we have to prepare some revised estimate. So that is revised estimate is a detailed estimate only, right? Then supplementary estimate, what is supplementary estimate? ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಪೇಪರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪೇಪರ್ ತುಂಬ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಎಸ್ಟಿಮೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮದು 25 ಹಾಲ್ ಸಾಕು ಅಂತ ಬಟ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಯಾಕೋ ಸಣ್ಣ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ರು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಯಾಕೋ ಸಣ್ಣ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಇದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿತ್ತು ಸೊ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಒಂದು 2 ಫುಟ್ ಒಂದು 3 ಫುಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡೋದು ಸೊ ದ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ the cost changes. So suppose ಈಗ ಬೆಡ್ರೂಮ್ ಸೈಜ್ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿದೆ ಬೇಡ ಇದು ಇದ್ರಾಗ ಎರಡು ಮಾಡಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಒಂದು ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಟೋರೇಜ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆ ಬೆಡ್ರೂಮ್ ನಾವು ಹೊಡಿತೀವಿ ಹೊಡೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಹಾಲ್ ಕಟ್ತೇವೆ ರೈಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಸೊ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮೇ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು supplementary estimate is a detailed estimate. Here extra ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ನಾವು what extra work we undertake, so that cost is calculated and the sanction will be given. Right? So but especially for private work it's okay. For government works where the government is funding, so then it is revised and supplementary estimate is given then if both the cases are included. Right? So to take the sanction, re-sanction, when the cost may be increasing or maybe plan changes or maybe the cost variations. So we have to prepare a revised and supplementary estimate and then we have to submit to the government where the funding is made. So they will have to submit. So then it is called revised and supplementary estimate. And the last, the side before 8th one, annual repair and maintenance. What it is? Annual repair and maintenance. See, it is always there to keep the building intact or in good looking. So it is needed, often it is needed to paint it. Often it is needed to remove the floor and replace the new flooring. Now, ಹಾಕೋಬೇಕಾದ ಮಜಾಕ್ ಟೈಲ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು ಈಗ ಮಜಾಕ್ ಟೈಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಔಟ್ಡೇಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ನಾನು ಗ್ರಾನೈಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಹೊಡೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಗ್ರಾನೈಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ವಿಟ್ರಿಫೈಡ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಸೊ ಹತ್ತು 5-6 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಲೆ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ ಸೋತಿರ್ತೈತಿ ಮನೆಯೆಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೋತಿರ್ತೈತಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಪ್ರೂಫಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ತು ಅದ್ರ ಲೈಫು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ದ ಲೈಫ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಪ್ರೂಫಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ 10 years, not more than that. Maximum minimum is 5 years. So after that one we have to again relay the waterproofing over the roof. Water RCC is not at all a waterproofing layer. So impervious layer is prepared and laid over the slab. So that is called waterproofing. So waterproofing, painting to the doors and windows. What we made oftenly 10 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ 5 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ 2 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ to keep the building intact and to keep the building in good conditions, it is needed to maintain painting, replastering, patches of the plastering, crack fillings, waterproofing, reflooring. So all these items are to be made. So all these are detailed estimate only. As how we are preparing the detailed estimate, in that manner only we have to prepare the cost. So that is called annual repairs and maintenance estimate. Method of doing is same. Again, detailed estimate ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದರಂಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಯಾವ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫನ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Right? And then approximate quantity estimate is what? Approximate quantity. It is bit accurate, not exactly accurate. How? So So here we can make it two folds. One is, so first we have to find out the total length of the wall. Total length of the building wall is calculated. Say x meter is the total length of the building. And we have to prepare two folds again. One is plinth and another one is wall. Right? So the length of the wall is known, the length of the plinth is known, and then we have to prepare a cost including bed concrete, first footing, second footing, plinth, and then coping or DPC. For the cost we have to prepare per running meter wise. We have to analyze the rate per meter wise and then multiply that rate with the plinth length, so you will get the cost of plinth. Right? And in the similar way for superstructures, so we have to find out the total length of the wall and then we have to prepare the cost. In that one, brick masonry C, right? Brick masonry C, then lintel, etc. and height of the brick masonry. It is roughly calculated, approximately calculated. So then add, multiply with the length, you will get the cost of superstructure wall. So add both cost of plinth and cost of superstructure. You will get the cost of building approximately. But the remaining 90 million ಅವೆಲ್ಲನೂ ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಟ್ ಎಸ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಇದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫೇರ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವುದು ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಟ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿನ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿದೆ. ಸೊ these are the type of estimate. Any doubts in this? ಈಗ ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಟ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ನಾನೀಗ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನೋಡೋದು probably this is the last class of this chapter. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ 10 marks 100% theory part exam. Next ಮುಗಿದಿಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈಗ ಮೇಜರ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಎಸ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್. ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಎಸ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನಿಮಗೆ hello preliminary, critical, and all these approximate quantity, all these are estimated. How we are doing it, we know. But this one is, we are preparing this, or we are studying this one from the chapter 3rd or 4th, I think. 4th chapter is what? Detailed measurement. 4th chapter, detail and abstract estimate for the building using Langlois order method. And the 5th chapter is detail and abstract estimate for the building using central line method. So now we are going. 4th chapter and 5th chapter simultaneously I will do. Hello. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ತಗೋದಂತ ಇವರು ಎಸ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ ನಾನು 4th ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಸೈಮಲ್ಟೇನಿಯಸ್ಲಿ 5th ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಆದರೆ ನೀವು 2 ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಸೈಮಲ್ಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಈಗ ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ 4th ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಂಗ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಸೇಮ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ obtained in the central line method, so you can do the comparison, right? So 4th chapter and 5th chapter I will continue ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. So now we will discuss about the method of estimating. As we know that what are the methods of estimate? Langlois order method, central line method. ಈ ದಾರಿ ಬನ್ನಿ. Method of estimation. So there are two methods in the building estimate. Whatever we will build, there are two methods. One is Langlois method. Then
central line method.
The other name is for this individual wall method. Also named as straight maintains. And another one is center line maintains. Okay. What is lambda circle maintains? What are the? Is it line number? तो वन रेस्ट करें आशा गिला आगिला ओके now in the lambda circle method, so here the first step is you have to prepare the center line diagram of different formations. See, one building may have more than one building foundation. See, sometimes for a partition wall, so the foundation is different, and for the main bearing wall, road bearing walls, the foundation will be different. So we have to find out the center line for different foundations, right? For example, I take one small building, which is a two-room building. Say this is 4 by 5 and this is say 3 by 5 meter. Let us take. So this is the building. So to do the estimate, the foundation details are necessary. Is it individual foundation details? Only dimensions are not enough, right? Okay. So I will forget about the openings and all. Then for expression purpose. So the foundation details will be taken, say, first footing, second footing, say it is 80 centimeter, 60 centimeter, it is 40 centimeter, and 30 centimeter wall. Say it is 0.5, 0.15, and it is 45, and including this one, say 5 centimeters. Okay. Let us take. This is the cross section of a foundation. Okay. So now, first, whatever the method we use, maybe lambda circle method or maybe central method. First, we have to prepare the center line diagram. So the center line diagram, how it is for this one? What is center line? We have to run the line along the center of the wall, which is prepared at sea level, right? So I will show here the dotted line. This dotted line is the center line. Right? Center line. So let us draw the center line. The same center line. The center line diagram. Right? Simple line diagram. So now tell me what is the length of this center to center. And we have to find out the dimensions also, center to center. Tell me.
3.3.
So here it is 5 meter, and this is also 5 meter, and wall thickness is how much? 0.3. That is 0.3. So that means 0.3 this side and 0.3 this side. So how much it is? 5.3. Agree? So we are adding half of the wall this side, half of the wall that side. And similarly here, it is 4.3 and the total is 7.6. 3 plus 4 how much? 7. 7 plus 0.3 how much? 7.3. 7.3 plus 0.15 plus 0.15. 7.6. Correct? So now here, in case of long wall and short wall method, we have to consider some walls laterally or longitudinally. In whatever way. the wall may seems to be shorter or seems to be longer, whatever the case. If you want to take horizontal as a long wall, so automatically the vertical wall becomes shorter. So the long wall means adding or taking out of the building, out of the work, out of the wall, right? So for example, I take here. I will consider the plan of excavation here. I will consider the plan of excavation, or I will consider the brick masonry only. So this is the brick masonry, right? Brick masonry is correct. So now, so I will take this one completely out to out. So out to out means what here? We have to add half of the width that side, half of the width this side. So that means in the tabulation, serial number, distribution, number, when, bed, quantity, right? So here for the brick masonry, so out the out is taken. So that means the long wall is equal to center line length plus one full width of respective item. If it is a brickwork, the brickwork width is added. If the excavation width is added. If the first footing width is added. Understood? So it means this is one full width is nothing but half width one side plus half width other side. So the long wall. So suppose I will take this, I will consider this as a long wall 1 and this is long wall 2. Right? And the length is what? 7.6. So the 7.6, the length is equal to 7.6 plus what is the thickness of the wall? 0.3. So one full width is to be added for long wall. So 0.3 equal to 7.9. The 7.9 is the length of the wall. Understand? So how many numbers it is? 1 and 2 are similar. So 2 numbers I take here. Right? 2 numbers. So then what are the remaining walls? Short walls. Now you can just imagine here. So these walls are taken out to out. Alright? Out to out is taken. So that means short walls are nothing but central line length. Yes, minus of one full width. So one full width means one side half, other side half. Right? So that means here the length is 5.3 minus of 5.3 equal to 5. So in the beginning, using your skill to minimize the work, so you have to choose which wall is to be taken as a long wall and which walls are to be taken as a short wall. You have to think before. Or behind you have to leave. So I have taken the long wall 1, long wall 2, and this is short wall 1, short wall 2, and short wall 3. How many numbers? 3 numbers. 3 numbers, and multiply that length, and width is known, and depth is also known. Right? This is how we have to calculate in case of long wall short wall. And sometimes, occasionally, in typical cases, in typical planning, so sometimes the wall is to be deducted one side, and one side the wall is to be added. You may name it as a long wall dash or short wall dash. In such situation, ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಒಂದು ಲಾಂಬ ತಗೊಂಡಿರ್ತೇನೆ ರೈಟ್ ಒಂದು ಸೈಡ್ ಲಾಂಬ ತಗೊಂಡಿರ್ತೇನೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿರ್ತೇನೆ ಒಂದು ವಾಲ್ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು ವಾಲ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಐ ಟೇಕ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಈಗ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಇದನ್ನು ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ವಾಲ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತೇನೆ, ಇದನ್ನು ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ವಾಲ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್, this wall is also taken as a one wall, and this wall is taken as a one wall, and this wall is taken as a one as a whole. So here it is to be minus ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ವಾಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಬಲಗಿನ ವಾಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಇದನ್ನು ಲಾಂಗ್ ವಾಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಬಲಗಿನ ವಾಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡೆ. So there will be confusion. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಒಂದ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಗೆ ನಾವು ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುವುದು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಒಂದ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಗೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುವುದು ಅಥವಾ ಸಬ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುವುದು. ಸೊ ಅಂತ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಬರ್ತವೆ. ಸೊ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್ ನಾವು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ನೇಮ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಲಾಂಗ್ ವಾಲ್ ಡ್ಯಾಶ್, ಆರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ವಾಲ್ ಡ್ಯಾಶ್. ದಟ್ ಹೌ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಯು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಫುಲ್ ವಿಡ್ತ್ ನಾವು ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಹಾಫ್ ವಿಡ್ತ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಒನ್ ವಿಡ್ತ್ ನ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಮೈನಸ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಒಂದ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಹಂಗಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಮೈನಸ್ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒನ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಒನ್ಲಿ ಮೈನಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಫುಲ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಫುಲ್ ವಿಡ್ತ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಅಂತ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್. So then the second case is central line. Central line method is actually very easy. Actually very easy, but you must be very cautious. But doing mistakes in the fitting estimate by the Lamberts-Shortwell method is less. It is a simple way. It is simple method. It is Lamberts-Shortwell ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಲಾಂಗ್ ವಾಲ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ವಾಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ Lamberts-Shortwell method. But in case of central line method, if one mistake is done, entirely the complete estimate is different mistake. So how? Because so here in the central line method, first we have to find out the total central line. Total central line. So what is the total central line? That we name it as a TCL. Total central line. How do you calculate? So first we have to prepare the central line diagram as well. So here the total central line is 2 number of 7.6, right? 2 number of 7.6 plus 3 number of 5.3. What is this equal to? Is it 31.1? See, the total central line is 31.1. I just you think, I will draw this one in the larger scale. Right. See here. So the total central line not over there. Just imagine. Just think. Just guess. So these are the central line. Right? Central line. Total central line we got it 31.1. Right? So here this is a L joint. So we have to obviously we have to note the joints. Joints is very important here. Joints are, you can name it as junctions. So how many L junctions are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 L junctions are there. So that means L junctions are 4. And this is what the T junction is. T junctions are 2. Plus junctions 0. Plus junctions may also come. So suppose if the wall is here, one more wall is considered here, then it becomes plus junction. Now, so we are taking the total central line. Imagine the total central line means I take here the frequency of this one is taken. Just imagine. Just imagine. The center line of this one is included in the center line, right? And the total center line of this is also included in the center line. This portion, right? And the total center line of this is also taken for the lambda. Hello? This much. Right? Now see here, if you make it a straight line, that is total center line, so the portion of this is not taken into account. Now, similarly here also, this is also all taken from center to center. Just you have to imagine, and this is also taken center to center. Because the total center line is calculated. Correct? Now you just imagine this portion, this portion, this portion, this portion is not included. Is it included? Not included. Alright, ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಲೈನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಸೊ ಈ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಬಿಟ್ಕೋಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಡಬಲ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ವಾಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಇಷ್ಟು ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ವಿ ಈ ವಾಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಇಷ್ಟು ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಬಲ್ ಆಯ್ತು ರೈಟ್ ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಬಲ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಾಂಪೆನ್ಸೇಟ್. So no addition, no subtractions. No additions, no subtractions. L joint because ಯಾವ directions ಯಾವ joint consider ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಡ. Right? Now coming to the T junctions. See, T junctions ಅನ್ನು ಈಗ ತಗೊಂಡಿರಲ್ಲ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಅಂತಲ್ಲಿ. So ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಹೌದಾ? This is also this portion is taken. And ಈ ವಾಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಇದು ತಗೊಂಡಿರಲ್ಲ. Right? But ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡು right? So ಈ portion extra ಆಯ್ತಾ? Imagine ಈ T junction sorry T junction ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಹಾಫ್ ಇಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು T junctions ಗೆ ಹಾಫ್ ಇಟ್ಟು ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ so total number of joints is to 2 ಈ total are respective identity ಆ ಬ್ರಿಕ್ ಮೆಷಿನರಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಸ್ಕೇವೇಷನ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಥವಾ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ವಿಡ್ತ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ವಿಡ್ತ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So that means here for the T junctions half width is subtracted for each joint or for each junction. ಅರ್ಥಾಯ್ತಾ? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ T junction ನಾವು ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ junctions ನಾವು had to mention it and we had to count it. L junctions ಗೆ no addition no subtraction, but whereas for T junctions one half width is to be subtracted from the total center line for each joint for each junctions. ಒಂದು junctions ಗೆ half width ನ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅರ್ಥಾಯ್ತಾ? So whereas so suppose ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು wall one more wall is there, it is also taken from the center to center, so it becomes T junction. So half width is to be deducted from the center line, and here also it is a T junction, half width is to be deducted or subtracted from the center line, total center line. But here this is already taken. So that means for T junctions one full width is to be subtracted from each junction. Andre center line method you quite easy. You in a single step you can do the estimate. For example, for this one, for a brick masonry, I will tell you the total. See, for brick masonry, in a single step. So B beyond. So the center total number is 1. The total center line is 1. The total center line length is how much? 31.1. 1. So minus of how many T junctions are there? L junctions are there? Forget it. Because no subtraction, no adding. And for T junctions, two numbers. Half of the width. Half of the width of what? Thick width. So that means minus of two number of half into 0.3. 0.3 is the width of the width. So that's equal to what? 31.1 is that. Half into 2 to go to minus 0.3. Minus 0.3 means 20, 30.8. One number, 30.8. So let us take 0.3 is the width of this one and 3 meter is the height. In a single step, you can calculate. So the work is very less here in case of central method. But only just very cautious about the sections. If one, instead of taking 2 sections, if you take the 3 sections, the entire quantity will be different. But as in case of Lamar's method, at least you will get the mass of the steps also. LA one kade yellow one wall but here also approximately number of steps how many will come here. So here for Lamar 1, hello, Lamar 1 and Lamar 2. So 2 numbers, correct? 2 numbers. What is the center line? 7.6. So the length equal to 7.6 plus of 0.3 by 2 plus of 0.3 by 2. So that is 7.9. So here it is 7.9 into 0.3 into 3. This is not only for this long wall. And coming to the short wall, 1, short wall 2, short wall 3, 3 numbers. So what is the length here? The length is 5.3. So length is 5.3 minus of 0.3 by 2 minus of 0.3 by 2. 5 meter. So here is 5 meter, 0.3, 3. So here we have to make 2 steps. It is laborious. ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕೆಲಸ ತಗೊಳ್ತದೆ ಬಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಲೆಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ ವಿಚ್ ಒನ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ less time but we must do it by carefully and by concentrating on the junctions correctly you told number apart in multiple point only every quantity same just imagine just check it. Right. And then bill of quantities. What is this bill of quantities? See, in this is the detailed measurement sheet. Agree? Detailed measurement sheet. Agree it is. So we by detailed measurement sheet we can get all the quantities of different items, right? So we are preparing abstract sheet then. Abstract sheet containing what? Serial number, description, quantity, rate, and cost. Correct? Cost. So if everything is written, serial number is written, specification or detailed description of the item is written, the quantity is written, and the rate is kept empty. The rate is kept empty, no remark column. So that is called bill of quantities. So we have to apply the rate. So also it is a tender form. It becomes a tender form. So the tender form is the quantity in ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ರೇಟ್ ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ರೇಟ್ ನ ನೀವು ಕೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇವರು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ರೇಟ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇವರು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾವ್ದು ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಟೆಂಡರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಬಿಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟೆಂಡರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್, ರೈಟ್? ಅಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೀಡ್ ಲಿಫ್ಟ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? What is in the lead and lift? See, lead and lift ಅಂದ್ರೆ see for normal labor work ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ನಾವು. So for earth ಗೆ lead ಅಂದ್ರೆ distance, lift ಅಂದ್ರೆ lead ಅಂದ್ರೆ horizontal distance, lift ಅಂದ್ರೆ vertical distance. For excavation ಗೆ ನಾವು 1.5 meter ಸಾರಿ 50 ಮೀಟರ್ ಲೀಡ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ, 1.5 ಮೀಟರ್ ಲೀಡ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನ ಮಣ್ಣನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಬಿಟ್ಟು 50 ಮೀಟರ್ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು, ಅದು ಲೀಡ್. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಮಣ್ಣನ್ನ ಎತ್ತನಲ್ಲ ವರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಆಗಿ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಸ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಅರ್ಥ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಲಿಫ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ 1.5 ಮೀಟರ್ ಹೈಟ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲಿಫ್ಟ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರೇಟ್ ಈಸ್ provided for this 50 meter lead and 1.5 meter lift. But if it is more than that, so we have to pay extra. We have to pay extra. That is lead and lift. Right? So for example, in case of supplying of materials, see, supply. So for the Dharwad city, on the jelly, say take a jelly or sand or whatever. Jelly, he has to, he report a one rate, so 750 rupees per ton for the Dharwad city. If the material is to be dumped somewhere else away from the Dharwad city, a 25 kilometer, so then he take a lead, right? So that lead is included in the rate analysis, or it is given per kilometer wise. So the lead rate is 0 to 50 meter, 0 to 50 meter to 250 meter, 250 meter to 500 meter, 500 to 1 meter, 1 to 1000 meter, 1000 to 1500 meter, 1500 to 2000 meter, and above 2000 meter. Above 2000 meter, no, is not generally considered. It is that comes under a separate zone. So 1 kilometer again now cost na increase ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. That is lead and lead. So this happening. So now again ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಅವರ್ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಅವರ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ 4th ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್, ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ 5th ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್. ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಗೆ ಎರಡನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಈಗ ಥಿಯರಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬೋರ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಥಿಯರಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಥಿಯರಿ ಹೇಳೋದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಈಸಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಥವಾ ಬೋರ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟು ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬೇಜಾರಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಈಗ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 2 hours ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಬರೀ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಲೈನ್ ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾವ್ದು ಲಾಂಗ್ ಬಾಲ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಬಾಲ್ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಗಂಟೆ ಹೊಡೋದು, ಸೊ ಸಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 2 hours ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಬೇಕು, ರೈಟ್? 2 hours ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಾನು ಬಿಫೋರ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಹೋಗೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಒಂದು ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಆ ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗಿಂದ ನೀವು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಆ ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್ ಕೂಡ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಹೌದಿಲ್ಲ? ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, I will start reading estimate, right? For central method as well as long method. And then 4th chapter and 5th chapter simultaneously. Only weekly once I will take one chapter, that is rate analysis. Weekly once. Or one is told. And continuous to one is how to simultaneously ಆಗೋದು, right? In the rate analysis ಅಂತ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತದು, right? Rate analysis ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತದು, ರೈಟ್? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನು ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಎಸ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನೀವು ರೇಟನ್ನು ಅಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ರೇಟನ್ನು ಫ್ರೀ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ರೇಟ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬರ್ತೋ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಟ್ ರೇಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಒಂದು ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಎಸ್ಟಿಮೇಟಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಟ್ ರೇಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನೀವು ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗಿ. ಸೊ ದ ಒನ್ಲಿ ದ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಅಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಹತ್ವ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ 50 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ 5 ಐಟಮ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದೊಂದು ಐಟಮ್ ಅಂದರೆ 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗ್ಬೋದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಅಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಗೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ 9 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ 1 ತಪ್ಪಾಗ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ನಾಳೆ ಒಂದು 2 ರೂಮ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡೋಣ, ತಗೊಂಡು ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್, ರೈಟ್? ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಡೌಟ್ ಐತಿ ತಿಳಿಯೋದ? ಅದು ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡೆ.